Right guys, so here we are in the cockpit of my Aurora, and as you can see it's very shiny, it's very clean. I've just had it washed, so just in case you're wondering, and my Constellation's over there to the right. You'll see that in a minute. We'll get to that, and as always I'm doing these videos off the cuff, so I am jumping into this game with the same incentive as every gamer that I've come across. Jumps into the game, installs the game, gets the manual and kind of uses it to put under one side of his table because it's wonky and doesn't read it, and then later on decides that, hang on a minute, this is slightly complicated, I'll watch some YouTube and figure out how to play this game. So basically what I'm doing is, let's just get out a minute. With all the Star Citizen videos that I think I'll do, even though they may be short, it's basically jump in, first impressions, how do I think it's coming along, usual crap. But to some people they might enjoy it, you know. Still do like that that door there. I'm gonna get down, or do I have to jump down? Can I use the stairs? There we are, look. Why would I use the stairs to get back up the stairs? Okay, so there's a glitch right there. I'm just going to jump out. Break my legs? Yeah, okay. So, that's the Aurora. That is, I think mine's the Aurora LN. It's been that long since I've been in here. I can't actually remember, but yeah, the Aurora LN, I think. A lot of people have been swapping these for this new ship that you can swap for. Personally, I can't remember what the ship's called. I probably would have the ship if I could figure out how I swap. I don't think that I'm entitled, to be honest, even though I do have a Constellation, but I know, if anyone you're out there can tell me how I swap this for the newer ship. A lot of people don't like this Aurora. I actually do like it. It serves its purpose. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Personally, I think it could do with like a little, just under here, it could do with like a little box section here that maybe you could like drop down and load up. I think that'd be quite cool. I think it'd be a nice little add-on to this. But obviously these ships, to me, from what I've read in the past, don't serve themselves, they don't do themselves any justice when they're sat here in your hangar. They're basically they're just a model, but they do a lot more, like move around. You've got the thrusters and the flaps and everything, and all that sort of stuff, and the guns. So yeah, that's the LN there. And the first thing you'll notice from I think the last one I did, my hangar's changed. I didn't know this. I logged on before I started doing this video, came into the hangar, and I thought I'd been robbed. So for anyone that actually gets into the same position as me as that, no, you haven't been robbed. You've basically got to log on to your RSI account, and you've got to drag and drop your ships into your hangar, which I think is good in one respect, but I think the other thing would be better is if you could go over to one of these like consoles over here, use them and have them like maybe pop up. It's like I've got these two platforms. I know that they maybe open up into different platforms and longer, but I think it'd be better if you could go to a console and sort of have them rotate, so I could drop this LN down into the floor, and then another whatever else. I could drop this down, and then I'd be stood over there somewhere on the side, and this drops down, and the Constellation pops up in its place as I select my ships. But that's by the by. So for anybody that's wondering, you do need to log onto your RSI account. I haven't looked at this for a while, and every time I log on and every time I see this ship, I just fall more and more in love with it. It just looks fantastic. I mean, look at it. It just looks wicked. You know, it's got, I don't know, to me the Constellation is by far my favourite ship. To me, out of all of them. That's why I went for it. And it's one of those ships where I kind of just fell for it as soon as I saw it. That's why I had to have one. And I'm gonna go and have a. I don't think anything will have changed since the last video, but yeah, it does look good. The only thing downfall, I think, really with the textures at the minute, everything looks a bit too. To me, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I'd like people to see if I'm wrong. Some of these textures to me don't look metallic; they look plastic. You know, it's like they're too shiny. Do you know? I don't know if you agree with me there, but you know, you look at these here. That looks plastic. It doesn't look metallic. You know, even if it was washed to the, you know, I don't know. You know, it's got dirt there, which doesn't make sense, but yeah, it's still shiny, or scratches and stuff. Nah, it just looks a bit too shiny. But everyone likes the shiny shit. Let's have a look around this here. So we've got the ports there and the handles and everything. I do like these engines, you know. Is the escape pod still involved? I can't remember. Actually, there it is. Look, this. I don't know if this is one man either. Or well, when it's an escape ship, I think it's more of a utility vessel more than anything. You know, you can get into it from inside the ship and then use it for. To me, I think you should be able to use it for whatever purpose you need it for. You know, if you come across an asteroid belt and the Constellation, it'd be too dangerous to take it in. I could take that in, but again, that's going by the by. And I don't know too much about this ship at the minute. I am going to look. Do you know what? When I say I don't read up on stuff, I read up on stuff after I've got the game. I've got the game now, but it isn't a game yet. It's just. And I know that everyone will. Some people will disagree, but at the minute, it's an idea that you can actually interact with. It's just an idea. It isn't officially a game yet. It's just an idea. So, and I don't want people to think I'm being facetious or anything. I think it is going to become a game, but at the minute, it isn't a game. It's an idea, and it's an idea that you can actually walk into and have a look round. Unlike a lot of ideas, which I think they are doing it right in that respect, you can actually go on into the game, you know, do what needs to be done and look around your ship. You can, you know, I can get in that. I can go over to the Aurora LN there and do the drone missions and the free flight and everything. But to me, it just becomes boring too quickly. I hope with the single player that obviously they say that's nearly done now. I hope they're going to do like well, basically a driving lesson, really. I hope they're going to do that and show you. I could not tell you one apart from the WASD and the mouse and the use key. I do not know any buttons. I could look, but I refuse to look. I stick to what are my morals. Let's go and have a look in here. We are looking at this together, and I promise you, we are looking at this together as a first. So I'm not going to get in the captain's seat. I was talking to my friend about this the other day, and I've said it before about having, you know, he thought it was great about having your mates with you, just going and just not really doing anything. I think it's just the general idea of just going out into space and just going for an explore. You know, helping somebody in need, all that sort of thing. Let's see if does the table still work? It does, it still works. Now, the other thing, can I sit on this? I can't remember. You used to be able to sit in it, but when you used to sit in it, you could only kind of... Oh no, that takes me downstairs. Okay. Well, we'll do that. Yeah, so back to the table. Deja vu. I can use the table, I think. Here we go. When you were sat at the table, you could only look in one direction. What have I got on? I can actually only... Oh no. I can't look around. That's ridiculous. Okay, I should be able to look around. But anyway, so that's still... I know that's minor, but, you know, I'd like to sit there and take it all in. Obviously moved the toilet and the shower. There's the toilet there. No reflection of myself yet. Oh, apparently I'm stood. Oh no, that's not the that's a. Is that a window? Yeah, it's a window. Sorry, my bad. Bad idea, guys. Putting a window in a toilet. All right. I don't want anybody knocking on this window going "Cooey" when I'm taking a number 2. Or whatever else you may do in toilets. But that's to each and individual player. What's this? Oh, this is the shower, but I think it's more of a. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Sonic shower of Star Trek. Let's hope we don't like get in trouble or anything. These are the beds. They're pretty cool. I love that idea. Oh, that one's got a ladder. 1, 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 beds, but we've got 5 seats. I've never understood that about the ship either. Well, let's go have a look in the back. 4 beds, 5 seats. Does that mean there's always one person active? But obviously this is the cargo bay. Again, this looks fantastic. And oh crud! Can I use this? Let's have a look. I bugged out there through the rail. I don't know if you saw that then. Oh, you can. Go back up again. I love that. That's another thing. You know, can you imagine getting shot at by enemies? Is that going? You know, that's a film thing right there. You know. I drop down on a planet. I've got my crew on, but I drop down on a planet and then I pick up 10 guys. You know, that's the idea, and they're under fire and whatever else. What I was going to say before I bugged out as well is I really hope that they allow me on other players to have. You can see the LN through the window there for the airlock. See again, too shiny, too plasticky. But you can see the Aurora there. I really hope that they allowed that Aurora. You can see it's got the airlocks on the side to airlock to the side of this and the other side, so I can basically take 2 friends in Auroras or whatever other ships we're going to take. So I'd have my crew plus 2 spares and then whatever else. I think that's the idea of that's fantastic. I don't know what that is. It probably some kind of replicator. That's Star Trek again, but I know I'll get myself into trouble with RSI. But and obviously that goes down to my ship, my little scouty ship, which I can't do yet. But it's a quick update. Give me some feedback about this, guys, because I am honestly, to me, in here doesn't look too bad. It isn't too shiny. Oh, there's an airlock there. I didn't notice that. So I could have 1, 2, 3 ships attached to me, plus the crew, or in fact just friends who become the crew, and then we take this out and we all go out on these little ships. That'd be cool. But it isn't too shiny in here. It does have the dull greys in here, and I know it sounds silly, but you know, if they try to get this right, I'm going to throw this out there. So give me some output on that. And this hangar, as good as it looks with like the wood and retro feel of the lights and everything, again, it's a little bit too I don't know what the word is. There's probably a really clever word for it, but it's a little bit too hospitalized. It's a little bit too clinical. It just looks too clean for a hangar. I'm not a spaceship nerd. I do not go around my Constellation with a toothbrush. It shouldn't be this clean, and I'm sorry. It kind of, that's the only thing that spoils it for the realism wise. It shouldn't be this clean. It should be, you know, the fans. Even the fans should be slightly dirty, and you know, the ship should have a little bit more wear and tear to it. I know it's a brand new ship, really. It's never going to leave the hangar till the game comes out. So during my incessant rambling of everything being shiny and stuff, I come across this. I thought I'd have a quick look, and as you can see, that is the layout for the buttons. The general layout. There is some advanced controls down at the bottom, but I think that's a really good idea. You could, at the minute, you could print screen that, print it out in black and white. You'd have everything you need, or even print it out in colour if you're a bit flash. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that, and then what I'm also going to try and do, guys, I'll try and get a little bit of I know what the button is to change view now, so it's that one. I can have a look at my... Oh, I've got hair. That's cool. I've also got some sort of weird suit on. Yeah, right. So, yeah. So I just thought I'd show you that. Oh, I can run, look. Get him go. I'll try and get some footage of flying as well in there for you. So we can have a quick look at the ship at the end of the video. And this is the hood setup. I love this. That's a cool idea. Recycle for all your weapons and everything. But I'm not too bothered about that. I like the fact it darkens the room when you go near it. It's like, lights go off, lights go on, lights go off, lights go on. Sweet. Anyway, so yeah, just thought I'd quickly show you the key bindings thing, just so I don't get too bogged down about how clean my hangar is. Because yeah. So let's quickly swap over to the. So the other thing is I've remembered is I can't swap my LN, which is here. I don't think I can. I vaguely remember now. The ship that people are swapping, I think it's the Aurora MR, is you can swap for another ship that's called the Mustang. And I actually quite like the look of the Mustang. I'd wish I could change my LN, but for some reason I can't, which I think's a bit rubbish. I'd like to be able. I think if you've got any sort of Aurora, you should be able to swap it for the similar class of the Mustang. But we'll see. And the other thing is I forgot to mention is this hangar. It's the Revel in York hangar, as it's called. I've seen it scattered about somewhere. There it is. Look. Hope I'm saying that right. So yeah, I'll give you some quick footage and see how we get on. So here we are in my ship. Let's go to third person actually. Well, this isn't the ship I was sat in. Look at that. Look at that. That looks fantastic. Look at that. Saying about all the moving parts. This isn't the LN because you can't fly the ships that are in your hangar yet. But look at that. That's let's get myself back inside a minute. Oh, that's also pretty cool. Look at that. I'm probably gonna crash here, guys, but just thought we'd look at, just so you can get the general feel for it. I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm winging this. Let's go for an action sequence there. Look at that. And there's me. I like the fact that the hood and everything comes in front of the display. And we're back inside again, so... Whoa, I just missed an asteroid. So you can fire as well, just so you know. Oh. And all you need to do to get to this stage is just sit in one of your ships. I think it's just usually the general, the little ship that you get. It takes you to it brings up a pop-up menu in your ship, and you can have a look around, and there's 3 different modes you can do. You can do this, which is free flight, and then you've got race, a simple race, and then you've got the Zandaria, whatever they're called, some sort of swarm where you fight them off. I'm going to try and get some footage of that. The reason I haven't done that yet is because of work life. It's just I don't have time, so a lot of people can appreciate that. But I just thought I'd get this for you, so you can see. Oh, G-force warning. See, I don't know if you noticed, if I'm going in a general direction like this towards this asteroid, wow, you can continue to sort of power slide your way towards it because of your momentum of space, and I love that idea. And the arrow, can you see the arrow with this up tick thing on it? I think that's your direction that you're sliding towards. So that's actually a good way to keep an eye on your general. You can watch your momentum and everything. I'm going to slow this down. You can see my now at So get down there, down to 0. Oh, double tap. Oh, if you double tap, it takes it straight off. That's a cool idea. I like that. So I leave you with this. This is Star Citizen, guys. Look at that. There's the world below us. Going out. And we sit here and we'll finish with the fading sound of me in my spacesuit, just taking it all in. See you next time, guys.